How's our day? Israel, Daniel, Ogo, and B. Okay, the rest of you, please can you chat button or you can unmute yourself and tell me how your day was.
Ma, can anyone hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Yeah, my day went well. Ma.
Okay. Oh wow, Israel. Oh, well done, well done, well done, well done. Daniel, how about you, Daniel? Courage.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Okay, okay, okay. The rest of you guys use chat box, so I can just start. I trust we had the our day was fruitful, regardless of how was fruitful regardless of anything, stress, whatever. Okay, happy to hear that, Daniel. Welcome Cynthia, welcome Jay, welcome. All right, so let's dive in. I'm glad that we've been having some interesting times in this class, in this training, and we've learned a thing or two. Even for those of us that are new to this whole stuff, and those of us that have had some experience. Um, so we'll be going straight into um, we're going straight into the how now of the jobs. So the first thing I'm going to mention to you guys is I'm going to say is that you have to believe. This might sound like a cliche, but it's the truth. You have to believe that you have what it takes to deliver your skill. You have to also believe that who dropped off. Okay. You have to believe that even though some people have been there before you came into the picture and you are still on time. Like I've had different stories from people in my class, from people from other communities, and we'll see that sometimes there are different factors that will affect the results that we're going to have. Sometimes is the level of commitment we give to it. Other times is the our level of application. Yeah, thank you, Courage. Mine went well. Went well, don't mind me. Therefore, I almost cheated this class, but I had to summon my innermost strength. I had to summon my innermost strength. But it's all good. We're here, and we're going to learn a thing or two this evening. Um, so different factors affect the results that we get when it comes to the job hunting. Like I even have my own from my own personal experience, and one of the things that you're going to remove out of the way is self doubt. It's not like you're going to it's not like there won't be times where you feel like you feel inadequate. You're going to feel inadequate sometimes, but you're going to tell yourself that I'm getting better. Because truthfully, if you look at your work, maybe like the work you did last year, and if you're someone that commits to growth, I look at the work you're doing this year, you realize that you've made progress, you've grown. So the most important thing is that you should always be on the path of growth, or you should always be a part of growth, which is why I always advise people to have a focused skill. So the first we're looking at that you need on this part of jobs is that you need a skill, at least one skill. It's okay to be a man of many talents. It's okay to. Oh, my voice is very clear. My voice is very husky for months, and I can't wait to get back to my former voice, my original voice. Hope you guys can hear me very well. Hope you can hear me well. So, Israel, please leave me alone. Okay, you guys can hear me. Okay, that's great. Okay, so the first thing to do is to have a skill, at least one good skill before you diversify. Before you have have a primary skill. You can have two skills. The people are able to do it. Like that, my one of your mentors, people are going to teach you. So the person are going to teach you guys community management. She started with content writing and then she diversified into community management. So she was doing the two. If you're looking for someone who will just help you do some stuff, content wise. Now, let me digress a bit. Let me digress a bit. When we sometimes there are different facets to a skill, so you have to know the details or the deliverables of a particular skill so that who dropped off. Okay, you have to know the deliverables of a particular skill so that you don't turn that on opportunity because you think you cannot do it or because you think it's not within your um skill set. For example, in the crypto space now, content writing is not limited to just say writing of articles. It can be anything. You can find someone, you can be a ghostwriter whereby most of these most of these influencers most of these CEOs, most of these like people who have like they have a very crazy schedule. They could just want someone who would just be writing to that trend for them. But like there's a brief work I did. My brother looped me in late last year. It was just to listen to some recordings, make some trade out of it, and I was just paid. I was paid $150 for to just write um a trade every week, just like that. So things like that can come up, and so if you limit yourself, so you have to learn the different facets of your skills, so that you don't think you can't do something when you actually have the capacity to do it or learn on the job. And in that same content writing, you can even do um as a part there's a part of community building or where you might get a shilling job. A shilling job is where maybe a project is applying to launch and they want to create activity in their community. So they want someone who knows how to create conversations. This is part of community management, right? But if you can also come in and just say you can do it, you can shield just because what does it take is to create like maybe like 5 to 10 accounts on Telegram and you're one person, but you're creating 10 different conversations to and make it really look organic and stuff. So that was a Sheila. It's actually a job role. So what I'm saying is in this non-tech part of skills, you have to know you have to be able to, if possible, ask questions, find out if you see an opportunity, find out what are the deliverables, and then is if it's something you can do, even if you've not done it before, is it something that you can quickly learn and deliver and get better on this on the go. There are two parts of this starting this journey of earning in the space: learn before you earn and learning why you earn. Of course, I don't advise earning before you earn. I don't advise it. I don't advise it. So because you will shoot yourself in the foot. You really shoot yourself in the foot. It make you look like a money monger, and people will not trust you anymore. So always give the vibe that you know your value, but you also love to deliver value with your skill. This is one thing I learned from my brother. I'm going to talk about him one or two times in this class because he's someone that really set a pace for me myself and a lot of persons that I've taught in the past. You know, um, a few persons must have met him, but he's like personally my younger brother, but he's like a mentor to me. There's no age has nothing to do with it, but he has the experience, or he has the knowledge, or what I needed at the time, and even till date I still run some things through him before I even do them, because of the way he thinks and the way his viewpoint and stuff. So why am I saying this? Each of you here picked different kinds of skills, right? And that's the first thing, the first and foremost thing. One of the things I hate hearing from somebody is, "Oh, ma, please give me a job. Ma, please give me a job." I was like, okay, what can you do? Just give me anything. Immediately you say it, I'll take you as a very unserious person, because that does not exist. It might exist in the world of maybe traditional workspace. Maybe someone can give you like an administrative job, or give you a table, what do they call that thing again? Receptionist job or something. You might work there. But the world is really, really, really transitioning, where you can't just open your mouth and say, "Give me anything." You don't show desperation when you want to make money. I wrote a book, How to Make Money with What You Know. And one thing I emphasize in that book is value is what brings the money. If you desperately want to make money, always think about the problem you can solve with a specific skill that you can get paid for. Like somebody will, so because nobody, no rich man, even if the rich man is sharing money, even if the rich man is sharing bags of money, he can't continue sharing bags of money all the time. But when you come forward and say, "I notice you have this challenge, you have this problem, I have this skill set that can solve that problem," that rich man will be willing to pay you for your skill set on a monthly basis. But if you tell him to be giving you money every month, just like that, it's going to get tiring, it's going to get tiresome, and then you don't look like somebody that you become to look somehow. So that's I'm saying this thing because the first thing I like, correcting mindset when it comes to making money. Never see money from the point of give me money, give me money, give me money. It gets tiring, even for the person that is going to give it. But you come from the angle of value, skills. That person, if you know your worth and demand even higher pay, you can get it. You can get it on the basis of your skill. So always think from the basis of your skill, wherever you are. People place more value on you on the basis of your skill more than always, like, even if you want to borrow money, like, just that's why, maybe if you want to get a loan now, they want to ask you for collateral and all those things, because that's people give something in exchange for whatever money you want to borrow. It's only in crypto space that we have lending and borrowing platform that you can borrow money without necessarily having a collateral. Without necessarily having a collateral, right? So you your skill, how does the Bible even put itself? How the gift of a man makes room for him, right? It's true today, tomorrow, and till Jesus comes. So the first thing you should always look at is a skill. Ask yourself, if you feel like you don't have a skill now, the best question will be like, what can I learn? And it's very easy to answer this question because we have internet. We have the Google search engine. We have, like, just go to the internet and just type um what's it called? You can check because every year platforms like LinkedIn always updates trending skills for the year. Like if you check for this year now, if you check skills or careers for 2024, you will see a list of skills because it's going to lead me to another part of this skill thing. You might be in a skill. A guy I want to use for as an example, Harry Obi. Harry Obi is another person I might mention often in this conversation because it's another person that inspires people a lot in the super team community. I know you guys. I mentioned super team to you guys. Super team Nigeria is led by two guys in Nigeria, Harry Obi and Uzube Ezudo. These are two people that you can actually get inspiration from. Do you get? Now, Harry Obi. Let me share my screen so that you guys can see. Oh, I hope my Twitter is logged in here. I hope my Twitter is logged in here. It's not logged in here. Okay. Let me see if I can share my entire screen so I can show you something. Let me share the entire window. Hmm. Okay. Okay. Why not sharing? Okay. Oh, it's like my sharing screen doesn't want to respond today. All right. So, um, Harry Obi, that's HARIIOB, is a co-lead for Super Team Nigeria, and Uzube Ezudo. So let me use a story. In fact, I think TechPoint carried this story recently. So Harry is earning in multiple thousands today, but it wasn't always like that. Harry is somebody that was earning like I think it was 25,000 naira or so. He was in the media field back then, and it was like 25k or so. And then he had to pivot completely. He left media and entered marketing. So this I'm saying this is that it's possible that you might learn one or two skills now, but you have to always ask yourself, we are in year what? Is this skill still relevant today? If it's relevant today, what are the expectations of this skill today? So that you don't stay in a skill and say, money is not coming to me, oh, nobody's giving me money. How will I put it now? I'm not getting jobs, I'm not getting opportunities. It's possible that your skill might still be relevant, but the deliverables of that skill might no longer be relevant just because things have changed. Let me give you an example. UI UX, or yeah, user friendliness of an app. The way things looked 2 3 4 years ago, the way websites were delivered, it has really changed just because of user behavior has evolved over time. So if you are still designing website like the way it was 5 years ago, 8 years ago, 11 years ago, then you are way behind because even coding languages has even evolved. There are some coding languages that are here today that was not here 10 years ago. Like in the crypto space, that we have some new coding languages that they were not existing before now. But for the sake of a particular um feature, maybe that would improve the ecosystem. Some languages have to be introduced, and then people have to learn the language and start using it to build and all of those stuff. So when you pick a skill, you must pick a skill from relevance, a place of relevance. Is it relevant? If it's relevant, what are deliverables today? And then always try to maybe every 6 months to check what are deliverables. Am I still on track? Do I need to add anything? Do I need to update my portfolio? Do I need to get an extra experience in this area? Do I need to go back and relearn some things? Because the way, just like marketing, the way we are doing marketing has really changed, especially in the crypto space, the Web3 space. Marketing in the Web3 space is not something like the traditional marketing that you're used to. In the crypto space, it's all about community. It's all about community. If you go the traditional style, you might not really get a lot of results, and then you'll be frustrated. You might point a lot of money into like regular traditional marketing or regular digital marketing, but then you end up wasting your money when because the style of marketing in the Web3 space is different. Is different. So it's very important to pay attention to these things in the area of your skills. I know why I'm emphasizing it. So you don't get frustrated thinking that what you learned or what you're doing is not working. And it's not but without you knowing that why it's not working is because of maybe one or two tweaks that you're just missing out on some things. So one of the things that you got to notice also notice the Web3 space is that things change really fast. You know, back in those days we used to have maybe like one or two trends and it was easy to follow those trends. But these days you have to follow trends based on relevance too. Like I mean the trend that's popular in January might not be popular again now. There were tokens that did well in the Q1 of this year just because of particular trends. And those tech tokens now they have gone down, their value has really gone down just because the trends around those tokens dropped and new trends has come out. So no matter the skill you're delivering, whether you're writing content or you're managing community or you are anything you're doing, you have to. That's why I said never say you're not a social media person because being on Twitter, engaging with fellow people on Twitter, don't be in silo, don't be that person that you just publish content and just disappear. Hang around, right? Like I told someone that you can start with who am I following? Like me now, I follow some persons in this space. So if I check who I'm following, I just check. Okay, you can start from there because if you're looking for who to follow. And in this class, I mentioned some names, right? From there, you can check. Oh, who are they following? Who's following them? Who's talking in their DM? What are they doing? Where are they working? This information are easily available. So from there, you begin to follow other people in the space. People will always ask me, how do I know this? How do I know an influencer? How do I know? You start from people. You start from like now. If I want to, um, like when my brother works, right? I got to know them. I started paying attention to them because my brother was working there. I started paying attention. Okay, what are these people doing? What value are they offering? What are the problems they are solving? So I looked into that. If I just like said, "Oh, he's working there, so it's not my business," I want to know have information there. And then sometimes works from there come across my table. So if I don't pay attention there, I'll be able to deliver those works. So you start with engaging. I'm also happy when my operations lead. I don't know if you guys have met her. She's in the group, but she handles other affairs for Valucop. So she has not said anything in this group yet. So my operations lead, she's when I gave her, the tips because we're like, okay, how does she start Twitter? She was hasn't always been a Twitter person until like a couple of months ago, and I'm like, okay, you start with, you know, maybe who I'm following, wherever I comment, check out, oh, who do I talk to, um you engage on their content, you start looking for interests, what are those interests, and she did it immediately, and that now she's so happy. I really loved her feedback on LinkedIn when she said, the things she let her she implemented and it started working for her. And quite immediately she engaged in the writing contest that gave her like $30. She was the one that wanted $1 from that project, from that blockchain. And then I think there's another one or so. And there's another guy from dev class I held, want something on Twitter too, just like that. So, um, the skill of a man always makes room for him all the time. But you have to learn the wisdom behind it. Having a skill is not enough. If nobody knows what you can do, then nobody would ever patronize you. Do you get? That's what I'm emphasizing. Till today, as of today. God. Okay. Can anybody hear me? Daniel say he can't hear me. Israel. Okay, Jay can hear me.
I can
I
hear you, ma.
All right. I think he has to leave and join back again. Daniel, leave and join back again. All right. So where did I even stop? So I'm emphasizing on skill today. On skill, your skill is not enough. Somebody has to know that you are doing that skill. I think in the last class, I told them of a story of how when I decided to, to deep dive into the internet and start seeing how internet was going to pay me. I was in this group, and my first job, the first 55,000 naira I made after I left school. Before that time, I made $10. I made $10 from, yeah, writing a 250 word story. It was a competition, so they usually pick two winner. That was my first dollar I ever made. Oh, great, Daniel. Great, great. That was the first time I made anything dollar form, like a dollar valuation. That was right after I left school in 2016. And, I was thinking, what should I do? What do I do? What do I do myself right now? I've graduated, but I don't want to get a regular job. I really hated it. I just didn't know what. I just didn't like the idea of an office, a regular office. I had this picture in my head how I wanted to work from home. Even when I get married, it would be easier for me to like do things around the house. I don't have to be jumping from here to there. Um, typical working class mom. I wanted to. I had this idea in my head. And funny enough, the idea started playing out. Just like whatever you dream for yourself and you work towards it, just ends up happening. So while I was just processing all this in my head, and then I spoke to my brother about it, and he said, "Why don't you try out writing? Since you already like trying it out before you even graduated and stuff." But I was doing creative writing then, just mostly stories, writing stories. And he said, when he told me that, I was like, "Okay, fine. Where do I find the opportunities?" So he was already, checking out before I graduated from school. Is the last one, but before I graduated from school, he was already doing the whole internet digging, so he knew where to look. So one day he came and told me, there was this competition where you write short stories. It was a Christian organization. So you write 250 word story that's impactful. You must pass a lesson, and they pick a winner. They pick two winners every week, every 2 weeks. So I tried the first time, I wasn't picked, but second time I was picked, and I was that time when our naira was still that time $10 there was 2.5. It was 2.5. Jesus, $10 now is like 14,000 naira. Jesus. But then $10 there was 2.5, and I was so happy. Do you know what it means that somebody read my story and person deemed it worthy to select it and pick and say, "Oh, you won a prize." So it was a booster for me. It was like that kick I needed, and I said, "Okay, wow, yes, I've started. This is it for me." After then, I started learning different ways to, So I learned about maximizing every opportunity you have to talk about what you do. So this particular time, I was in a group, and then everybody was saying, "Okay, so like let's introduce ourselves," and I was like, everyone was saying, "My name is this, my name is that, just my name is my name." But I had already learned the power of elevator pitch, whereby you can capture someone's attention in a minute. So I wrote down something about myself. My name is this, I do that, I have a certification, I've won that award, I've done one. I just had this, I had it on my phone. So when it got to my turn, I just copied it and pasted. Instantly, I got a DM. I said, "Oh, I have somebody for you. He has been looking for a way to write a book. He's looking for a ghostwriter." I was like, "Oh, wow." Trust me, before that time, I've not done ghostwriting before. All I knew was that ghostwriting means writing content for somebody and they'll take the credit and pay you money. So I hadn't done it before. But should I turn it down? No, for God's sake, I'm right. I write, right? That's what I said about earlier, knowing the different deliverables of your skill. So you might be expecting articles, and then another part of that skill will come out as an opportunity for you. You don't turn it down because you've not done it before. You see a part of your skill, just that you need quick catch up on, oh, what is expected of you from this skill. and then you get better on the job. So I just quickly said, "Oh wow, I can do it." And then he connected me to this the person, and that was like when I made my next money. That was like 55,000 naira. He paid me for that content that I wrote. If it was now, I would have charged that amount of money because ghostwriting is saying I used all my head, my brain, my energy, and everything. I wrote something for you, and then you're taking the whole credit, and then you're just paying me money. So even if I see the book in the future, I cannot act like I know I know what that book is, right? I cannot even act because you have the full right, everything, even though it's my intellectual property, right? So I would have charged more, but then it was my first time in this thing, and then I collected 55K, and it was wow. For a graduate, I was amazed. So why am I going this direction? I'm laying emphasis on that skill part. What you should do with that skill. Don't just be a learner of skills. I've seen people who just learn the skills and they just keep on learning, but never the deliverables of that skill. When it comes to for you to deliver the expectations of that skill, they are not able to, but they don't have any of head knowledge. They know a lot about that skill, but to do it, when it comes to doing the skill, they can't deliver. Right? Don't be that person. Before you become a master of a lot of skills, become a master of one, and then you get to two, and then you get to three, right? Of course, it's okay to um be a jack of all trades. It's okay. It's really okay. I found out the other day that jack of all trades and master of none is not really the complete quote. We are quoting the half of the quotes because the full quote is jack of all trades is a master of none, but in most times better than a master of one. That is the full quote. Jack of all trades, a master of none, but in most times better than a master of one. So you see, we always quote half of the quote and leave the rest. So it's okay to be a jack of all trades, but to be progressive, it should be a progressive thing. You should start from one and then you go down. So which is where next week we're going to have the first set of people, the people interested in content writing. I've already, I think should be on Tuesday. Should be available on Tuesday by, I think by 6. On Tuesday by 6 for the class. So the writers should be ready. I'll work out the time for the rest. I have to go to you guys' forms again to know who and who in what skill. So I'll have to go and fish out the tutor for that skill. So what is tutors are coming to want is not your regular textbook stuff like what is this skill, what is that. No, they are sharing from their personal experience. This is what works, this is what is working, this is what has worked for me. That's what they're coming to share from me to you guys. And I'm working with people that have gone through Valucop before, people that have trained in the past, I mean 2020, 2021, and today what they learned has brought them this far. So these are the people I'm working with. So it's content writing starting first, community management. The tutor is having an exam this period, so I'm going to find out when she will be available. So she to be available, and I'll check other ones. I'm taking marketing myself. In case you choose marketing or trade marketing, I'm taking marketing myself. Um, I think video. We have video. Yeah, video is on standby. Just for me to get all the times for them to the next 2 weeks to teach you guys. So yeah, so that's enough emphasis on the skill. So you need what? You need a skill, a specific skill, and then you progressively add to it. It's okay to learn as much as possible, it's a progressive thing. It's very very progressive. Then so what do you do first? You are new to Web3 space. You're very new to Web3 space. So what should you do? What should you do? What should be the first thing you would do? The first thing to always do when you're new to an industry is to, because when people say, how do I gain experience? So I don't have any experience, yada yada yada. See here. Maybe it's international workspace. They still do that thing about where they would demand from you. Excuse me. Where they demand from you. Sorry. Maybe it's international workspace when they demand from you to maybe the number of the years really matter, right? But also in this space, it's all about before the number of years comes into play. It maybe if you're going for an executive position, there's a kind of position, or maybe like a head of a role, head of this role or something. Maybe that's where years of experience come into picture. And that years of experience is not by it's not those that counted the years. So you must have, because when they're asking you for years of experience, they're not asking for the number of the years. They're asking for, you must have learned things that can move this project from point A to point B. You must have learned strategies, while you were executing on your skills. You must have learned stuff that strategies, practical solutions and all those things. That's what they're actually usually expecting when they say we need 5 years experience. It's not that that some jobs where you go, you just got counting days. You just come to work, do your regular, you're not improving, your efforts are even really adding much to the company. You just do, so go and do this. Oh, thank okay, sir. Do this. You're just doing be regular. I didn't want to get paid salary. You go back, you just do that for 1 year, 2 years, 3 years. You're counting years. You do not improve, and you can't really say this is what I achieved while I was working in this space. This is not what we're talking about. Please, and don't be that kind of person. Don't be that kind of person. Even if your company is not a progressive place, there's some workplaces that doesn't really people doesn't really give room for people to like grow. People end up being in the same spot throughout for a long time. You should not do that as yourself. You have some weekends and some extra hours in the night or something that you can maximize. You can maximize to build yourself, because if you unless you want to be in that place for the rest of your life or till you retire. But if you're someone that wants to be more, you should expect to be more. You should expect to one day you look back and say, I've earned $1,000 before. I've earned $2,000. I've earned $3,000. Like, you should be able to look back and say, I've been paid $5,000. I'm earning this amount. Do you get? And you earn that amount on the basis of the quality of your work. So the next thing you do is to gain experience around that skill. Now, you will never know if what you know works until you apply it. You know, if you guys can still hear me, just drop an emoji, drop a word, drop something that you can still hear me. I hope you guys are taking notes. Sha. Anyway, there's recording, Sha. Because I like to take notes, though. All right. Okay. What was last night I said again, Seth? So what was the last point I made? Thank God. What was the last point I made? I want to be sure you guys are following me like this. I'm not doing days by moonlight.
You were saying that we should try to improve ourselves. Like we should give extra time to ourselves and improve ourselves, even if we find ourselves in a company or in an environment that doesn't support growth. That we should give ourselves that additional extra time to improve us in order to gain more opportunities.
Okay. So let's want to say something. Okay. Yeah, that's what I was last night I said. To take notes, yeah. Yeah. Okay, that was literal. Taking notes is like literally what I last night I said. Um okay, yes. So now you have it. You said okay, I've checked. Writing is what I want to do. Web2 marketing is what I want to do. Community management is what I want to do. I want to do meme designs. I want to go into design. I want to go into UI UX and stuff and stuff and stuff. And then you've learned the theory, learned this thing. But you have to learn how to now deliver the skill, the practical. You will never really know if you can do it if you've not done it. That's where portfolio comes in. See, the first thing you should always think about, you know, Um, my brother encountered somebody recently and said, ask the person. I was like, oh, this person can do. The first thing my brother asked the person was, can I see your portfolio? The person started fidgeting. You can't see him. You don't need a job. You don't need to get a job to build a portfolio. This is where many people get it wrong. You ask them, so can I see what you have done before? Say, I've not gotten a job before. I've not done any job. I'm like, are you for real? Like, seriously, that is your answer in this time and age. Don't be a consumer, like you just dey consume information, just dey consume information. You go to class, just dey consume, you give your assignment, you just dey write assignment, dey go. Don't be that person. Don't be that person. All right. So the first thing you should do, like for example, as a writer now, you don't need a job to be able to have a portfolio of the kind of content you can write. All you have to do is just bring out some days, hours in your day, and write out different kind of content. Publish it online, publish it on Twitter, write a thread. That is why I showed you guys Super Team. There's a part of Super Team profile where you can add your portfolio. Any work you've done in the past, you put it there, put the link there, attach it there. You don't need a job to build a portfolio. Those things you've been learning, you should be able to bring out time, do a practical part of it. Whatever it is that you're learning, create a practical, if possible, create a fake scenario. Create a scenario and try to solve that problem on your own. Look around you, find a brand, find a problem they're having, design a solution for them. You might never give them the solution, but you are building your portfolio. When someone asks you, let me see what you have done before, the person is not asking you, let me see where you have worked before. As a newbie, as a newbie in a space, your portfolio is like as long as you have a skill, the first thing you should work towards is the portfolio building. And don't say you don't have time. It's not true. Non-tech skills are like the shortest. They are the shortest learning curves as compared to tech skills. Tech skills take a longer, and even tech skills that one's even the worst. You can't say you know how to code when we've never seen anything you coded before. We've not seen a website you coded. We've not seen an app you coded. We've not seen anything. So how do we now know you know what you can do what you say you can do? Do you get? So whatever skill there must be, you must be able to provide at least two samples of what you have done with that skill. Because your resume itself, you don't even need to have worked a job to even have a resume. I don't like calling it CV because CV and resume are not the same thing. CV and resume are actually two different things. So in some countries they would rather call it CV, than resume. But generally, resume is shorter than CV. Resume is usually like at least a page, at most a page. Why CV is 2 pages to 5 pages. CVs are more detailed and more, elaborate and more distinct. So this is where ambassadorship program comes in. In the crypto space, one of the programs that projects launch every now and then is ambassador programs. What's an ambassador program? Ambassador program is a program that a project launches to have more people to help them execute on their plans without paying them as much as they would have paid a team. They also use them to reach out to areas where their team might not reach. Let's say, for example, um, a project want their app to be used in Nigerian universities. So they might onboard ambassadors within Nigerian universities and then give them tasks to do in Nigerian universities and pay them in certain ways. Sometimes they pay them, compensate them maybe with maybe $100, or they will have like stages, levels you have to climb. Maybe they have a junior level, they have a semi-junior level, they have, and then you don't have different perks that you acquire as you climb up. This is one of the ways to gain that experience and even and get paid on top. I don't know why screen is not sharing. I wanted to show you guys, but I'm going to drop a link. There's a handle. This guy, all he does is to upload ambassador programs. Let me use my brother as an example again. My brother is a typical example, sure. I think guys, this guy's my motive. Is one of my motivation in this life. Then I pull up by my hype man. My hype man is my husband. So um, that was the first thing. The first $2K he ever made in this space was what ambassador program. And the really funny thing, this ambassador program, all of us in the house saw it. We all saw it though. I remember that time I didn't even take it serious. I just didn't want to tell I think I said, what's this all this fun again? I did not stress, I just stayed away. All of us stayed, but he took it there. He followed it back to back, back to back, back to back to the very last till today. I mean, it's been how many years now? That project still has him as their top person in their project today. I mean, till today. See, till today, I think that guy is my man. That guy is this guy is my he used to inspire me. Till today, and the ambassador program was what brought him in into the crypto job space. As I said, they didn't even pay him in the cash. They didn't pay him the money. Then it was just tokens they gave him. So he held the tokens. As soon as they went to market, the tokens now had value. He was able to sell the tokens and now had money. This also tell you that this person might not pay as an ambassador. They might not pay you directly in money. They might pay you in their tokens. You only know the value of your token when they go to market. When they go to market, you can now see that's when they list their token on exchanges. Remember, I explained what exchanges are. When they that is a token on exchange, when you now see the market value of that, oh no, you can now say, okay, use that console yourself. So ambassador programs, Israel, have you been in my class before? I'm suspecting you. Israel. I'm beginning to suspect you like this. So that's the name of the handle on Medium. This guy he updates ambassador programs on a daily, like almost all the time, right? So of course this might not be your only source. There's this other guy too, this guy that have been winning a lot of bounties on Spat Team. What's his name? I told you guys his name recently. He has a community. He created a community recently on Discord. What's that his name again? Sef? Oh, God, I told you guys I'm tired.
I think we said them.
See, I'm trying to remember names. What's this guy's name again? Oh. Okay, fine. I'm going to send links, to the resources part of the group. When I check them out, links that you guys can go through and stuff. So the guy also uh he created like a Discord community where he tries to share information with people too. He's one person I've also won a lot of bounties and stuff. But this handle that Israel shared, the guy's focus is just ambassador programs. So you should try as many as possible, and don't just be how do I put it? We're in an age where young people don't they don't want to give value. They're always asking for what they can get. Just give me, give me, give me, give me the money you give me, the what you give me, and I'm like, at a point, I really got tired with teaching people stuff because we no longer have people who are hungry for knowledge or who are hungry to give value, who are hungry to when you see the quality of what they deliver, they are happy to deliver value so that they can see your feedback and they are happy for it. We're not having people who are very money hungry. Money is the end product of the value you've delivered. You can't expect money when you've not delivered anything. So it was started to piss me off that the quality of student I had. So you guys should better make me proud. The quality of student I had in 2020 and 2021, you were no longer the kind of student I was getting because everyone was not looking for instant results. I'm not even saying you can't get instant results, but if your focus is on instant results, you will hardly get it. If your focus is on delivery value, it's on the process. That's when you even get the instant result. You get so anyway. That's on a side note, Sha. Um, so yeah, portfolio. The first way to build your portfolio is, like I said, is to you don't need a job. As if it's writing, if it's doing community management and all of those things. At least for community management people, your tutor will show you how to even get the opportunity without even. Let me even say something. Most jobs in the crypto space are not posted online. Let me even let you know, Seth. They're not posted on job pages, which is why you're in this class. Let me even tell you personally, like I told you guys, that person that project that paid me $900, like $100 into 9 places, 9 articles. They did not post I'm looking for a content writer or anywhere. They just came to my DM. Okay, that's one part. Um, when I got the job, the one that took me, there was a particular job that took me to Kenya in 2021. That one, it was a friend that just said, we're hiring, for this role. Check out the requirement. Check out the requirement. I just came and said, oh, and then I had my interview, and it paid really well. It paid over 1K. It paid over 1K back then. Which other way safe? Yes, that same friend, I think it was 2020-ish. They wanted to bring in Africans to use a particular exchange. So you guys just came into my DM and said, "Oh, we're looking for so and so people, marketing partners, and all of that. We would like you to be one of our marketing partners. We see what you're doing." It was not posted online. You get to my DM. So most jobs that so you have to learn how to. I'm not saying you can't find jobs on job boards like job websites and all of those things. You can, most definitely you can, but what is the essence of applying 100 times just because you want to get one opportunity when you would have used that energy and strength channel to where you can even that will give you more will minimize frustration. So that ambassador program is the first thing. There are some intern programs too, but ambassador programs are more popular in this space more than internship programs. Yeah, let's say all of them are called ambassador programs. So that's what you should go for. That doesn't mean you shouldn't go for regular like normal jobs, right? I'm just saying why you are waiting. Why a lot of you dropping off? Can you guys still hear me? Okay, okay. Alright, okay. Because I was wondering why other people were dropping off. So okay, maybe network had done it to me again. Okay, so what else? What else? What else? What else? Okay. So yeah, I think that's what I want to lay emphasis on today. I've laid emphasis on skills a lot today, and the first place to start. You can also volunteer. For example, I know people, so many persons who those in fact, let me tell you guys, some of those tutors that came, they're going to teach you guys. The first place they gained experience was with me. The first place they gained experience was with me. I said they left for me. Man, I want to come and just do like a few days, a few weeks with you, just a few weeks or a few months or something. Until they got to a point, you're like, okay, we have gotten a lot of experience, we have given you value and all. So I now let them go, right? Most of those people that are going to go teach you guys, they went through me. They went through me, they spent time, they gained that experience through me. So they came and they volunteered, right? They formed part of my team at some point. My team at Valucop at some point. So you can volunteer also. You can volunteer to projects. I say, oh, I noticed. Always look for problems. Oh, I noticed that your Twitter handle will do better if there are more tweets. Um, would you be okay if I create some tweets for you to publish. This is that maybe that experience you're looking for. Where have you worked before? Ah, I wrote tweets. I wrote tweets, marketing tweets for this project. This was so time, so and so time. You've gained the experience. These are door openers. They open doors to that opportunity you're looking for. People don't like greenhorns. Greenhorns are people that they've just even tried anything before and all of those things. Don't be idle. That's the other good part of super team. Super team also offer you, of course, what's the why they publish jobs, but it gives you opportunity to build a portfolio without necessarily having your job. That's why you have all those bounties there. There are bounties there. There are occasional jobs in between, and then there are bounties. They are not. So it gives you time to opportunity to try out roles. You can even volunteer to manage some things or start up a super team in your area. If you're in a state where there's no super team yet, you can even volunteer as just to start up that leadership role. The fact that you have led something is a very, very huge deal. I'm just going to you guys that there's in this time and age, don't just sit down and wait for where I will just apply and then I wait in my email. You're not saying me, oh, I've given you the job. Sometimes you go wait tire, you go wait and tire. That same energy and strength that I used to apply plenty times and waited, you would have used it to get so many opportunities just at your doorstep. So one thing I laid emphasis on today, I laid emphasis on skill, I laid emphasis on how to build that experience. That people usually say, oh, I don't have the experience. That's not true. I, I laid emphasis I laid emphasis on telling you guys not to pursue knowledge, plenty knowledge all the time. Don't be someone that knows a lot but can't really deliver what they know. So it's better for us to even, as you're learning, there's a place you're practicing to see, this is like they said that if I do one plus one, it will give me two. Maybe I even try that one plus one. Maybe then it will give me one and a half or give me two, three. If that gives you three, how come why did it work? That's when you now know that you need to have your own practical experience of that skill. Do you understand? Um, so some of you now, like I know JD is in medical school. I don't know which department that Israel is in. So some of you like are in different areas of your life. This space, there are usually people between the ages of like 14, 15, 16, 17, or mechanical engineering here. 15, 16, 17, 18, like 20, 21. These are the age range of people you will see. Most of them are in like introvert. That's them I was trying to remember. Introvert, he just wrote an exam which went safe. And I was pursuing bounties. I was winning bounties. And when you say you were writing an exam, I was like, you were writing exams and you were able to deliver all these things. I still want some of them. So I'm saying that you're we're in that age and time whereby you cannot sit down and rely on certificates. I know so many of my schoolmates who are medical doctors today, but but check your country now and see how they are treating medical professionals now. You get there's a lot of bots inside. So there's this guy too that graduated from engineering recently. I forget how much that guy made just by being a what's they call that thing again? A developer for a particular blockchain. Though he just and when I found out the graduated as an engineer, I was like, wow, you've been in school all this while, like you've been an undergrad all this while, and you were so active in this space. The reason I'm saying all this is that if you have to stretch your capacity, stretch it. You are young, like you are very very young. Stretch it. Now that you are young, stretch that capacity. Maximize time a lot. Like the time you are on the road to somewhere, you are going somewhere. You inside bus, you inside boat, you inside. You get maximize your time a lot. All right. So I said skill. I've talked about ambassadorship programs. I talk about volunteering. There's so many other ways. I want to start this. Good evening. So I main emphasis on these things. These are the beginning parts. These are just the beginner parts to launch you to that place before we start talking about other different methods that actually I mean you get to like things like how to write a cold email, how to do reach out, different platforms, how to identify projects you can even um, apply for. We look into how to write a resume. God, I think I'm seeing ways of people here. Please forgive me, those people have not added on the website. Please forgive me because some of these things I've actually explained on the website, right? I just haven't added some of you guys there. I think JG's, I don't know if I've added courage. I don't know. Praise, have I added you? Praise, do you have access yet? I think I've added you. JG's there. Praise, can you hear me? Okay, yeah. So I've decided the course, the crypto jobs course. So some of this I'm taking too much time to elaborate on. We're just in short videos on the website. So how to write a resume, how to write a cover letter, how to speak English, and all of those things, where to look, all those extra places and stuff. We're going to look into narratives. Where do you even look? That this one at the crypto space is so busy. Where exactly do you look? We're going to look into narrative. Maybe on Monday. On Monday, we're going to look into narratives. The first thing you do, let's say that fine. We now know that for the beginner, ambassador is the way, volunteering is the way, joining communities like Super Team is the way. There's so many other communities like that, right? Being active in communities. Don't be somebody, don't be a loner. I know most of you are not used to interacting wherever you go, but you have to break it. See, I'm like me now. I used to be on my own. Oh. I used to like my space now. I just did. I don't talk much. I don't even relate much. I had friends, but more. But I had to change all of that. I had to change. I had to improve because out of sight, out of mind. Immediately you become inactive, people will stop remembering that you can do that thing. They will only recommend people that have been in their faces. Do you get? They will only recommend people that have been vocal about what you do. So we'll look into narratives now. So now that let's say we've passed the beginner part now, how do I now where do I look out for this kind of opportunity, for this kind of role and stuff and stuff. Look at that on Monday. So I believe you guys have learned something today. I believe I'll be able to convince you and not confuse you. Um, I had to emphasize on a lot of things today because it was very important. So I hope that made a difference. Um, don't hesitate to ask me questions. Don't hesitate to try stuff. Don't hesitate. Right? I'm going to use that assignment you guys submitted to see people that are actually on Twitter. I already know those are on Twitter. A few of you, you know, don't hesitate. Trust me. If as a student, $100 now is 140K. If I give you 140K now in your life, it's going to make a difference. It's not a lot of money in the crypto space, but it's a lot of money to somebody who's looking for money, right? And that's $100 now. At today's rate is 140 something thousand naira, and you can just get that by an ambassador role can give you that even in a month, right? So, um, I want to be hearing that you guys are started applying this. I'm saying, don't be a hearer. I'm not a doer of the word. I'm not preaching to you now, but at least the Bible says so. Don't be a hearer only. When you hear, you have to do to get the results. So hear and act, take actions. That's where the result comes from. So thank you, Courage, JD. Yes, it's 845. Praise be and Israel for being here today. I'm happy I mustered all the courage and energy I needed to come here. At least we made some progress. And knowing now that we can start somewhere different on Monday. If not, if I didn't come today now, all the English I spoke to, I would have spoken to on Monday now. But now we've made progress more. And we keep going like that, like that, like that, like that. So because we've gotten to this point now, I'll start dropping um opportunities for you guys to try out. I'll start dropping opportunities for you guys to try out. So in that, there's a job part of that community. The group you guys are inside. So I'll start dropping things for you guys to try out. But don't limit it to the ones I give you guys. I don't like limiting people. Say, it's only what I give you a try. You know, I'll just give you pointers to what you can do, what you can access. So I'll just try start dropping. And hey, so that one last I will say. Generally, you know, so I'm married. Let my husband not catch you with all your plenty compliments. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding though, beg. Um okay, yes. So in this crypto space, right? I want to learn fast because I want to start sharing out those opportunities to you guys too. There's what we call airdrops. Airdrops is called free money. They're not necessarily free, sure. You must have done something to qualify for it or earn it, right? And they come as a result of activities you do or activities you've done in the past. Or sure, something qualifies you for it. Like the one we got in January, like the one I told you guys, $500 was because of what I was a part of a SPA team. I'm a SPA team member, and so only members were giving that amount, that money. When they were not members, were not giving it. The one I've gotten in the past, we are because of some activities done and stuff. So I want to start sharing. Now, what you should know about airdrops is that it is never guaranteed that any of it will give you money because the airdrops. So some of it's not all of them that will eventually pay off, but because you don't know the one that will pay off, people try as many as possible, and especially the one that doesn't cost money. There are some airdrops that cost money. So, but you try as many as possible that doesn't cost money. And I've talked to you guys about wallets. So you guys need to create. Sometimes you have to create like wallets. There's a video I forgot to share, but I'll share it about creating Phantom wallet and the rest. So I can start sharing those other extra opportunities, those airdrop opportunities with you guys. I'll add another part of the group so I can be dropping those airdrop there. So if you're interested in it, say I'm interested. If you guys are interested, I'll just carry myself my car and just be going. I leave it at just the jobs. So airdrops are okay, but like I said, not all of them rewards you for your efforts. But then when it rewards you, sometimes it's worth it, sometimes it's not. But it's a free opportunity. It's not costing you money, just costing you your time. It's just costing you your time and engagement. Finish. You know, maybe you have to tap, or you have to like click or something, sure. But like one now they'll be launching in a few days time. Now we don't know what the value will be. On 16th now we'll know what the value will be. We'll know whether we have made money or we are wasting our time. Right? Yeah, I'll share the link to the guy's handle, direct link to the guy's handle. Okay, so please, you guys should remember to remind me of all these things. Okay, only one person is just an airdrop. Okay, free money can be sweet though. This Israel guy, she say you're not a crypto person, I be a partial crypto person, I be a not coin, not coin. Taps say they are starting, they are doing their stuff on 30th. So I will share Tapswap link because that one is already. We still have like 2 weeks plus before they go live. I'll share Tapswap already done. There are quite a few other ones, so I'll look for the ones that are free to engage and share. But like I said, you have to be also be careful too. So in this crypto space, you don't use one wallet for anything. You have your main wallet, you have your airdrop wallet, you have different wallets for different things. Like I mentioned to you guys that you have to spread it so that even if something happens to one wallet, you don't lose everything. So you have an airdrop wallet where you only use what your main money will never be there. It's just for engagement. If there is need for it for you to engage with the wallet. So if you have questions around all this airdrop thing, sha, ask me. And this company I'm also working for, they also do an airdrop activity, gimmick. So you can also participate in that one too. It's currently ongoing. Gimmick, you participate in the in-app activities, social activities, and then you earn some GG points. When they launch their token, the GG points will now be converted to real money. Like will be converted to their token that you cannot sell for real money. So I'll share that one too. I participate in that one. That one is gimmick. Some other guys gimmick tap swap, any other one. So let me throw in that one too for those that are interested. It's your choice. It's an extra way. There's no like me now. I don't just rely on my job. I'm doing airdrop. I'm doing airdrop. Oh, I'm doing side gig. If you come and tell me now, I want someone that write. As I'm writing, I won't say because I have a job. I will not now write someone tell me side gig. I will not now pursue a job. I will not now buy token. I still buy tokens that are going to do well. I still keep them. Stuff like this. So while I before the month even comes, maybe before the salary even comes, I would have engaged one or two, maybe a coin don't pay off, and what's don't pay off. Something else have paid off or something, sha. So in this space, there are multiple ways. So your job can be a major source of income, your main source of income. But then things like airdrop and stuff will not be like side things you're doing that when they click it will pay off. So um this is where I come to the end of my story. Once upon a time. Um thank you for coming to my tech talk this evening. Most importantly, I would like you guys to apply what you've learned tonight. So that's why I'm going to give you an assignment. So I know that you guys have not taken official classes on your skills from us yet, from the tutors I'm going to bring in. But I would like you to try something out. I'd like you to try something out. From what you picked, hmm, from what you picked, I want you to listen. This one, the answer might not even be anywhere in the internet. I just want you guys to think. If you choose content writing, someone has tried this. I think it was Israel that tried this. I'm about to say now. He converted the first assignment to an article and posted it on LinkedIn. So he'd already get the experience. So depending on the skill you already chose, if it's just content writing, it's not me. Oh. Praise, can you hear me? Israel, can you hear me? JD, can you hear me? Courage, can you hear me? Somebody should confirm that they can hear me. Oh. All right, okay.
Yes,
So blessing, I have to. Okay, I have to. I don't even know whether she can hear me. So um, she might have to leave and come back again. But I'm almost done, Sha. So let me see it again. Before I go to this. Let me back. God, I lost my train of thought. I've lost my train of thought. Up. Okay. Yeah, the assignment. I'll give you guys assignment. So, content writing, pick a topic. Okay. For content writers, go to super team. If your niche, the skill you choose is content writing, go to super team under content. Go to that there are three tabs: content, design, development. Click content. You see content work. Look for an article there. Pick a topic and write about it. Write and submit to me to go through. This one I'll evaluate you and give you feedback. And then when I don't give you feedback, you cannot publish it online. Or what else? If it's community management you choose, look at super team. Look at super team. Look at Hariobi, Zubezudo. Look at super team as a group, and look at it and come up with what do you think? What do you think are the growth strategies they employ? This answers actually online. Like if you go through their handles, if you go to Hariobi's handles now and type maybe community Web3 market or something, shall I go through? Shall I find? Might even be able to find this answer. I'm giving you expo now. Or go through Zube's hand or something and find all these answers, sha. But write out 5 strategies you think you must have employed for growth. This is community now for community people. I don't know what other skill you guys chose. And so based on your skill you chose, do something in that area and submit. I just want you guys to think. Use your brain and think. Just think. You don't even just have to think per se. You can use Twitter as a research area, as a research point, and then to get your information and stuff. Use Twitter as a research point. So the assignment is what again? Based on your skill, look at super team and analyze. For writers, it's easy. Just go to content area of their website and pick a topic there, right? Oh, product design. So under design, I don't know whether you have time or but you can give it a shot. There are some design gigs that are there. You go to Spartan website, you see content design and development. Yes, that's for community managers. Yes. So for design now, under design, just pick on super team, pick a job, something, a bounty there, and give it a shot. Remember, it doesn't have to be perfect. That's about building your portfolio. But just give it a shot. That you've not learned how this thing works yet in Web3, but give it a shot from a place of somebody that is thinking. Someone that is thinking. You can look around. You can look around. I dropped links to the Telegram group for you guys, so you can join the design group. Look around. You can engage with a few persons. I'm like, oh, for design now, you can follow this girl, Juju girl. Juju's girl is good to design, and she has made money from selling her designs as NFT on Solana. So she can motivate you. Her name is Juju girl. That's Juju girl. That's her Twitter name. Juju girl. So who else? Which other skin abandon cover that is here present? Praise. What's your skill? Praise. Which other skill have I not touched? Marketing. Okay. Yeah, for marketing now. So marketing, we're going to look at community building. Community building. What are the Okay? Look at super team again. Now, before 2022, there was no super team in Nigeria, but we came and started super team in Nigeria, and then followed by Harry, right? So community building, that means there was nobody, there was zero person. So look at super team again now and check. You can browse about it, you can check out, you can do whatever and check what are the first strategies that you think would have helped them establish, because the super team was existing only in India. Was existing only in India. So when it started in Nigerian community, I think it was last year. Yeah, last year, middle of last year. And then they've grown so much in a year. So for marketing now, we're looking at community building. What are those things? Look at the way they do. Like, what are those things that you think from the way you look at Harry, Zubi, that's Harry, Zubi, Zudo? What are those things you think that they did to establish a Nigerian part of Super Team? Super Team was only in India, but they established Nigerian community last year. So what are those things they did that made them? I can give you a few answers right off my head right now, but I want you to look. And when they came to Nigeria, they started with like Lagos, Abuja. It was 3 states, it became 5 states. Now they're almost in 21 states in Nigeria. What are those things that, like I said, this is available on Twitter. If you go to their Twitter handle, Super Team Nigeria, their Twitter, Super Team Nigeria Twitter handle, you can get one of some of these answers if you observe enough. So which other skill am I not covering? So if you don't get this, you might have to. I really need you guys to notice that these assignments are different for different people. Writing had their own, design had their own. Um, I don't know if it's community management here. Okay, I mentioned content management. That's growth. Yeah. Now marketing to have their own. So who else is left? Which other skill is left? All right. So I think I've touched everything. So please, I just can lay myself down somewhere and rest. Dev- This is a developer class. Shit, you're looking for my job in this class like this, like this. This is a developer class. So how many of you guys? Yeah, a quick one, please. How many of you guys? I have a competition for Web2 developers that I want to organize. So how many of you know um Israel you're in university? Israel you're in university, JT you're in university. So how many of you guys like do you have access to school communities that's probably like hey Israel you're in engineering community itself, so most likely do you have access to like Web2 developers? I want to hold this is sponsored by Spartan Sha. Spartan is sponsoring this one now, so don't worry. Maybe you guys will get something someday. When Spartan sponsors it, but Spartan is sponsoring this one for devs, for developers. So the idea I have a competition for them that they will participate and win some prizes in USDT. So maybe Israel would why are you frowning? Don't worry. I will do something. I'll find a way to do something for non-devs like you guys. But right now, I don't know, Sha. Just pray really hard. Let's see how that goes. But Israel, those of you in school or have access to school community or something, developers like people are developers but in Web2, they're not in Web3 yet. So I want that's the contest I want to engage them in, where they will win some cash. So if you have any of this, so please come to my DM. Come to my DMs. It's going to really help us kick off the contest. Proudly sponsored by Super Team Nigeria. All right. Okay, now then now. So if you do, so we want to. They are the ones we are targeting, right? Targeting them for this particular contest, so that we can put out. I want it to take off at least next week. Let's see how far they can go, and then so they will win some prizes. I'm sure they'll
I'm
be
bound
happy to
for.
win some prizes. All right, so that's it for today. Before I stay long again, talking plenty. So good night, everybody. Thank you very much for the class. Don't forget to drop what you learned today in the group. Don't forget to, I'm watching you guys. Oh, I'm seeing the most active people. No, you never can tell. I might have something in store for you by the end of this class. So I will not surprise you guys. Start down like this, and somebody might go home. Something. So good night, and leave your comments. What did you learn today? How was this class for you in the community? Good night, and God bless you.